Welcome to Just One More Trip, keeping the travel dream alive. My name is Tippe Moreland. I'm a city planner by day. I work for the city of Lehigh in Utah, and I'm a world traveler by night and weekend. Over the past year, in 2015, I traveled almost 200,000 miles, all the while keeping my day job 40 hours a week in an office. I don't work remotely. I have an office job, but I have been able to take advantage of all the time that I can to travel, and I've gotten a lot of questions about it. So this is the place where I'll talk about all things travel. I'll share with you my travel tips, travel hacking, travel stories, anything you want to know. It's going to be here at Just One More Trip. I've also recently acquired a website, justonemoretrip.com, all spelled out in words. And I'm really excited. The website's not up yet, but I have it, and hopefully this will be a really good thing. I'll try to post once a week, and I'll try to make them short and sweet. I know I've done travel salons in the past called Tippe's Travel Salons, my travel workshops I try to do once a month with friends in person that I've been live streaming on YouTube. However, they're really long, like up to 2 hours usually, and it's really hard to pull information from that if you're just skimming through. Even I have a hard time paying attention when something's that long. So I'll try to make these short messages and little things that you can use and try to have actionable items that you can take away from to help you travel more. So today I wanted to start by talking about me and how I get to travel so much. One of the things you have to do before you can travel a lot is to know your limits. And there are 3 things that I think you should focus on. Know your limits in regards to time, money, and energy. Time and money are a given. Usually if you have one, you don't have much of the other. It takes time and it takes money to travel. However, it doesn't take as much time or money as a lot of people think, or at least for me, what I allot myself for a trip, international or domestic, whatever, can usually be done in a weekend, depending on how far the destination is. For instance, this summer there was a huge fare war amongst all the American airlines, and the prices to Central America dropped to the $200 level range. So it was just over $200 to fly round trip from Salt Lake City, Utah, where I'm based, that's my home airport, to anywhere in Central America. So Central America actually isn't that far. It's actually closer than Hawaii, where my home is, where I'm from. So you could leave on a Thursday night. For me, I work 4 10-hour days, so I'm off every Friday. So I could leave on a Thursday night and arrive in the destination on a Friday morning and come back Sunday night and be fine, ready to work Monday morning. So that took a little amount of time and a little amount of money. What I like to do is allot myself no more than $100 for every day that I spend in a destination for the airfare to make it worth it. Because sometimes there are deals where I could go to Ireland for a weekend from Salt Lake for under $500 round trip, but I don't do that because I'd only be there for 3 days, maybe 4 if it's a holiday weekend, and it's just more than what I limit myself to. So if you can give yourself limits as far as how much time you want to spend traveling and how much money you want to spend to do it, that really guides you to find the best deals before we get into that later on. And then energy is another thing that's really important. Know what you can and can't handle when you travel. I don't like to plan out my trips extensively just because I like to leave room for spontaneous adventures, things I might not have read online or in the guidebooks that are fun that you might hear of in a hostel from your hotel, the concierge, or you might meet somebody, that you become friends with and want to travel and do something with there. When I went to Colombia recently, I actually didn't have any plans for Medellin, except when I read about their free walking tours, the real city walking tours. You pay a tip at the end and it's 4 hours long. And everything else I did, I just made friends at the hostel. I was traveling alone, made friends at the hostel and hung out with them. But also, I discovered that one of my friends from college, Lauren, happened to be in Colombia at the exact same time I was there and was going on a tour to this place called Guatapé, just a couple hours outside of Medellin in Colombia. And she invited me to go on a tour with her and her friends. So I did. And that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. just know what you do and don't have energy for. But if you want to have a super structured travel plan, or if you need that, know that as well, and make sure you have enough time and money to do that. So this is what I'll leave you with today. I look forward to sharing with you more travel tips, like what to pack, what I keep in my purse when I travel, how to use your phone abroad. There are free things that are available to you no matter what. I have Sprint, and there's just, yeah, I'll talk more about that later. And then travel hacking, so where to go to find the cheap airfares. I'll talk a little bit about points and miles, how to use points and miles, and how to earn points and miles. We'll talk a little bit about credit cards here and there. And then I'll tell you some travel stories and adventures along the way. For instance, I ripped this pair of jeans by stumbling on a cobblestone road in the middle of Foz do Iguaçu in Brazil, because I was trying to take a picture of the street and stepped into a hole and crashed into the ground. I look forward to sharing with all my travel tips and stories with you in the future, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. See you soon.